Hey Alan, I feel really silly now. I made a whole video for you and then realized that I had paused it and had forgotten to unpause it. Um, so anyway, I was just wanting to show you some of the things that I use Camtasia for. And I also wanted to show you their other program, which is Snagit, which is one that I dearly love and actually probably use even more than I use Camtasia. I've got a video on here right now that I made a while back for the website to show the devs some of the stuff that's going on. So I'll show you a little bit with this video. If you look right here, see where I'm pointing. I hope you can see where my mouse is pointing. You can see a little slash line right there. What I did in that was when I was recording this video for them, I ended up forgetting that I was recording the video for a while because it was just sitting there watching things happen. And so I switched over, moved my computer screen over, which it records, and then I moved it back. And I was like, oh, well, I don't need all that in there. So this is where I ended up deleting that whole section, and it automatically seals itself. And here's how you do that. If there's a spot, let's say this, you hold shift and you can move just like that. And now I can either delete the range, which leaves a hole here so I can insert something else in, or I can ripple delete the range, which will cut it out and seal it. See, now you can see exactly where I deleted that range. See the seal right there? So, and then of course you can undo. One of the things that I really love about Camtasia is that I can separate the audio and the video, and then I can remove the audio, I can record over it, I can do anything else I want to just with the audio. So it doesn't even have to be a separate section. As a matter of fact, one of the tutorials, it has you go in and remove all the that the speaker does. And he'll do an and then a pause, and then he's like, okay, now go in and just because you can go in and you can just edit just the you can edit just the spoken part, just the audio. And yeah, you can hear the in the background, I'm sure. Now you're going to get me saying it. So, and the other thing is, if I want to record, if I want to make a recording, and then I want to go back in, and I want to add in comments as I go along, I can do that. I can add a whole nother audio line. Insert, see here, I can go here and insert track. The other thing that whenever we were talking about doing Google Hangouts, now you've got me saying the ums and uhs and stuff.
Yeah. Video submarine. That's what submariners do.
Did you hear a kid in the background? But the other thing with a Google Hangout is this, for the Macs, this is the only program that will record everybody speaking and the screen, everything that's going on in the screen. For the PCs, I think there's a few others that can do it. Now, I know that, Google Hangouts, there's two types of Hangouts. There is one that will auto-record for you and save it to YouTube. The problem with that one is that you can't set it onto a calendar and schedule a repeating meeting. That's really more if you're going to have a conference and you want to, you've got like 10 speakers and you've got, a bunch of people that are going to come. It'll record it it'll record the conference. So you get the chat going on the sidebars because you can only have 10 speakers in a Google Hangout. Everybody else can chat though. So you've got the chat going on the sidebars, and then you've got the speakers, in the Hangout. And the way the Hangout works, it zooms in on each speaker as they're speaking. So, with the video, you can have everything, going with each person and everything. But you can only use, if you use the Google Hangout to record itself, you can't set it as a recurring event. If you want to do a recurring event, one that say, hey, we're going to meet bi-weekly, or we're going to meet, even once a month or whatever, you can actually create a calendar, a Google Calendar, add the event into the calendar. This took me a while to figure out, so I've still got to go in and change hours, so it's like that. But add the event into the calendar. It'll send a reminder to everybody who's signed up on the calendar, and it will also, it'll set a chat. It'll create a hangout room. And the hangout room is the same address anytime you go to it. If you go to it every month whenever you have your meeting, but you want to meet with a friend, and so you're like, let's go there, you can still do it. You can go to that hangout room anytime because it sets up the one address, and that's the only way to have a steady hangout address that anybody can go to. You can just say, here's the address, just go to this whenever we're having our hangouts. The only way to do that is to set it up on the calendar, and the only ones you can set up on the calendar are the non-conference type. There's a lot more you can do with Camtasia. I'm still learning. I've only had this for a little while, but I know you can download it and try it for like a month. And I recommend that if you do that, to go through the tutorials. They go through all the different stuff you can do. And I know on the PC that there's a whole lot of other things that you can do on it, that you can't even do on the Mac version. The nice thing with the Mac versions is that they're not very expensive. The bad thing is that they do leave out some features, like on Snagit, which is the other program they make, and is one I dearly love. See how it automatically adjusts to the size of the box? If I switch over here, it'll do this one. But on Snagit, one of the features that the PC version has that the Mac version doesn't have is to batch save as JPEGs, which is, really handy and really annoying not to have sometimes. But it's still such a great program that I use it anyway. And the nice thing is, if you do use both, you see how it's auto-saving my screen here. If I do use both, I can actually insert these pictures that I've taken on Snagit into my video on Camtasia. Let's say I didn't want like somebody's name there, I can blur it out. And now my husband's over here picking on me.
Let's see how you perform under pressure. Pressure.
I'm being tickled, Allan. I can add errors. I can do so many different things with it that I've just found it like, I've found both of these just to be two things that I keep constantly. You can't really see, but down here it changed the edges. I should have just done the box for here. See, I can snap a picture of whatever, and it snaps any screen. Like, if you've got a pop-up that disappears every time you try to get a shot of it, this way you can get a shot of it. So now you can see the borders, or the drop shadow, or the edges, the tilt perspective. So any of these are also really cool, of course, for blogs, so that you can put, you can add interesting pictures to your blog. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video and show you a little bit about what I can do with these programs, since you were asking. And sometimes it's easier showing than just trying to explain it. So I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great day.